Hello again. So today I'm hopefully going to be applying some of the finishing touches on these speakers. Yes, they are currently upside down, and yes, I've made a hell of a mess with some expanding foam. So there's the expanding foam I mentioned. This one seemed to, there was a big bubble on top, and this is a void, and there was a big void in there. So this one I cut it off, broke off some of the bits and stuffed them in there, just so there's relatively equal density between the two. So yeah, no idea what happened here. These are both filled from the same can, the same batch. Shouldn't have been any different, but one of them just decided to create a few more air pockets than was necessary. There's a few bits in here which need to clean out as well. Not too big a problem it falling on the inside of the speaker, because obviously these drivers are coming out. So what I've got is, I'm still waiting for the main drivers. They are basically 6.5 inch mid-range slash base drivers. Let's call them mid-range drivers. They look very much like that, just slightly smaller. So these are the 8-inch versions, and I've opted for the 6.5-inch versions to go in these Voigt pipes, and they will be accompanied by, I can just quickly set up this tripod, by these tweeters, which look very nice with its little brass nipple there. So yeah, two of them in there. Each one is about 1 3/4 inch diameter, the actual driver part of it. The rest of it is just obviously the plastics around. So yeah, I need to get these drivers out, and then drill new holes just sort of above, so in this case below. Obviously this is upside down, so so just above these speakers here, and yeah, so before I carry on, here's a quick time lapse of the moment that, well, all of this started. Yeah, I turned my back for 2 minutes. This wasn't even filled to the top, this was filled to an inch or so below the top, and it's the same on both of them. And I was busy doing something else for 2 or 3 minutes. I looked back and it was spilling over the front, it was running all down there. I had covered up the back of it because I didn't want it dripping on the chair. Obviously I didn't mind so much about the front. I don't know if we're going to reuse these. If I can clean them up, we'll reuse them for something. But obviously this is all still to be sanded, so I'm not fussed about it being on there. Plus it does kind of peel off in pieces. So yeah, here's a quick time lapse of what happened in the run up to where we are now. Say kids, that's why you don't leave expanding foam unattended. Yeah. Okay, so I'm still picking at this foam on the front. Don't know why, it's going to sand off a lot easier. So I've gone ahead and removed these speakers, and I've just seen some of the, obviously the foam got a bit on the inside as well. I'm just in the process of removing the silicone that I used to attach these 3D printed baffles. If you remember, these were sat all around the edge, because the cutout here is larger than the cutout that was specified on the cut sheet for these speakers. Yep, brilliant. Although it might be because of a slight variance in the model number from what we ordered, but yeah, so these are sold as, I think, is this 6-inch speaker? It doesn't actually say on there. They're sold as a 6-inch speaker, but if you measure the actual speaker part from the outside of the cone suspension edge to edge, it's more like 4.5 inches. So somewhere JVC went on a marketing of bullshit spree and came up with these. And I have to say, I've said it before. Oh, hiccups. I've said it before. These coaxial supposed 6-inch speakers are worse performers than these true 4-inch single full range speakers, single cone full range speakers. These sound a lot nicer than these ones do. I don't know why or how. Maybe it's because obviously they don't have the tweeter built in, I don't know. Or maybe it's because the cone is whole. Obviously in this the cone has a hole because the tweeter has to come through somewhere. It is what it is. Also, while I was peeling this silicone away, the delivery man has brought to me the 6.5-inch mid-range drivers. So let me grab something to open that up with, and we'll have a look and see what's going on here. Standard box opening tool. Oh, box is tiny. So 85 watts RMS, which is a lot better than the, hopefully that focuses, 30 watts RMS on those speakers. So there's some specs to read. I'll open this box. Crazy to think the cone is only 1.5 inches smaller than those other ones I just showed you, but this box feels tiny compared. Wow. Although this thing is beefy. Yeah, there's the inside. It's stuck in the box. Anyway, there's a folding mechanism. Undo that. Yep. So, straight away, let's compare notes here. That's what's going in, that's what came out. Just, yeah, build quality and overall quality. Just the sheer fucking weight of this thing. have a look inside the bag. Will it be a black all round? Yes, that's going to do the trick. So let's stick it back in the bag for now. Or no, I need to get some measurements. So I know that unlike the JVCs, the outside of the cone is actually the cut diameter, whereas on the JVCs the outside of the cone is not. Alright, so measuring this speak across the middle, you can see the cut out there is about 145. These cutouts are 140, so I need to take away about 2 or 3 millimeters from each of those holes to make these figures fit. Obviously I've yet to unsolder these. I'll do that in a minute actually. Soldering iron should be warm now, that's good to go, so I'll quickly do that, put these speakers away, and we'll do a test fit. Well, actually, we'll remove the silicone first, we'll see how close a fit it is, and then make some mess, drill some holes for the tweeters, add some more wiring, and then start on the finishing today hopefully. Got a sander, finally got a battery for the sander that we got ages ago, so going to be doing that. Obviously speakers aren't going in until it's all sanded, and I also want to get these installed on their plinths. So what's going to happen there is they're going to be screwed down into the bases, and then there's some filler going around all the edges, and that needs smoothing, although I don't have a tool for smoothing it to get a nice curve. I've been looking for one for the last week, but I can't find anything, so worst case I'll 3D print something with the right radius on it and just use that. So yeah, basically 3D print that, but on a much smaller scale with a little handle, so I can just scrape the filler straight, and then it's going to need the best part of 24 hours or so to dry anyway. Okay, so yeah, okay, so I'm a bit sweaty now. I've made some holes, I've made a lot of mess. Let's get this out, and there. Let's place that in there. Get the tweeter. Oop. These things are slippery. And that's how that's going to look. So now I'm not going to screw this in yet. I'm not going to wire it up yet. I am desperately running out of time today, but I'm going to get a quick sand on both of these, because you can see there's lots of rough edges, and draw all this shit off, paper, this filler here. I'm not going to chamfer or round any edges because the plywood doesn't seem to react too well. Obviously I did have a go on the back of one of these cabinets. Typically it's the other one. I've got to take these back out anyway. That's a bit heavier. I know I didn't round off any, I just levelled it previously, and obviously that's when I had the little accident with the ball bearing breaking. So I'm just going to get a sander out, give everything a good sand, try and get any edges cleaned up and flattened. So obviously on this one there's still a lip there. Need to get rid of that. Any stickers, pen and pencil marks, etc. You know, it's all got to go. And then need to get the insides a bit more cleaned up. There's lots of sawdust in there at the moment. And then, yeah, we'll see where we are. But I don't think I'll get the speakers in today. So, yeah, get them sanded up and then see how much time we have left. Okay, so the mess is mostly cleaned up. Still bits of dust in places. So let me show you what we have. So I got the speakers on their basis. I've also applied one layer of MDF sealer, and that's MDF and that's plywood. This does work for plywood and unprocessed timber. It just seals it so that when you go to paint it, obviously the paint doesn't soak into it. It just forms a nice coat. Now it's just about dried up. I need to pack up for the day, but tomorrow morning I'm gonna, well, I say tomorrow morning, tomorrow at some point I'm gonna apply another layer of the MDF sealer, and then once that's done, oh actually no, before I do the next layer of MDF sealer I need to apply the filler around the base to smooth that off, because currently it's very rough. Edges there, obviously screw holes, etc. So yeah, I'm all out of time for now, but until tomorrow I will continue the speaker building shenanigans. So I'm so fucking tired. Yeah, that's it for now.